Welcome to our Marine Knowledge channel. This is your Sailor Basha. So this video is about troubleshooting video. So the scenario is like our auxiliary power is out and we are in emergency generator power, and at some point emergency generator tripped. So what action you will take when there is no spare available on board to do any kind of maintenance? So that is what I'm going to show in this video. We'll go inside the video. So as I said, emergency generator got blackout while running. You can see there is no power in the accommodation. It is accommodation is totally black, and I am proceeding towards emergency generator room. You can see the entire accommodation is dark, means there is no power. So first main thing is we should not get panic during these conditions. The worst scenario is when you get panic, you don't follow what you need to do, means you will forget the basic things, so you may end up in mistakes. So now we are I am proceeding towards the emergency generator room. This is the emergency generator room, and what we need to do is, first thing is we need to close the main inlet valve of the fuel for emergency generator. So next what we need to do is we need to open the filter to check whether the filter is clogged or dirty or whatever. So the inlet valve is closed, and now I'm going to open the filter. So this is the filter, line filter you call it as. You can open it by removing the nut on top of it. Just open it slowly so that if there is any oil, it don't overflow very fast. And also we should make sure that valve is holding. If the valve is not holding, the entire oil will spill out. So the valve is holding. Now I need to remove the filter. So I removed the filter. You can see, yeah, this is like a cartridge filter only. Just remove. And the worst part is we don't have any spare for this generator, because we are just awaiting for the spares. So what we need to do is just you remove the filter, clean it with a nice cloth, and clean it with a pure diesel oil. So, and also clean the casing completely. So just use clean rags to remove all the dirts in the cartridge filter, so that any obstacles, means any dirt which is in line, can be removed, and we can run the system as for we get the spares. So just clean it properly like how we are doing. Just clean it with the rags. So here the scenario is, as I told, there is no power. So that means, and that means there is no air also, so we cannot blow air also. So that's all. We cleaned it, and we, after cleaning the filter, we drain the filter casing. So that means after draining the filter casing, we clean the casing inside. Okay, we are trying to open the casing nut, drain valve. Yeah, we opened already. So next you can see all the oil. The oil is, diesel oil is completely dark. That means it's very dirty. So we just drain the oil completely and clean the inner casing also. You can see the dirt accumulated inside the filter casing. So again clean those dirt also properly. So this filter is the line filter. This is not the filter which is attached with the generator. We'll go to the next part. That means we'll go for the attached filter also, because we need to clean that filter also. So you can see we are using only the torchlight and mobile flashlight to do this work. That means we are totally out of power. So after cleaning the casing, then we have to use a clean diesel to clean the cartridge filter. Just dip it, roll it, that's all. You can't do anything much than it. Just when you dip and roll it, all those small particles, tiny dirts which is accumulated can flow out. So we are done with this cleaning of the cartridge filter. So now we can go and box up the filter in the casing. You can see the casing is already cleaned, removed all those things. So we put back the filter in place properly, and then put the cover back in place. So we are done with fuel oil line filter. So next thing is we need to go for the fuel oil main filter, which is for the generator. You can call this filter as line filter also, or fuel water separator filter also, you can call anyway. So we are done with cleaning of this filter. So next we'll go to the main filter. So once we are done with this, okay, we'll go for the main filter. So in this case we need to remove the hose which is attached to the filter, because this filter we cannot able to renew as we don't have spare. So what we can do for running this filter, I will tell you. So first remove the connections which is connected to the filter. Connections in the sense both the inlet and outlet pipes of the filters should be removed. So now we are removing the inlet hose and the outlet hose which is attached to the filter. Once both the hose are removed, since we don't have the spare filter to change, we will dismantle the entire casing out. So now we are in process of removing the entire filter casing out from the generator attachment. So we are in that process. So now the problem which we face normally when blackout happens is the problem which we usually face is we won't get the tools in place. Means you will be finding trouble in getting the tools from the workshop, as the entire engine room will be dark, you cannot go inside, and all those hiccups are there. So somehow we have to manage with the tools which we are having. So we managed to remove the filter casing entirely. So after removing this stud which is holding the filter, we can remove the filter part out. So yeah, we are almost we managed to open the bolt nut. This last stud is not coming because it is totally, what do you say, it is not so much reachable. We found a tool. Okay, somehow we managed to find a ratchet to hold the bottom bolt so that we can easily open the top side nut. Yeah, but this kind of situation won't get very often. I believe this kind of situation should not come on board ship, because it will really get your mind out of control. So you have to be very calm, just focus on what you are going to do, so that you don't get any kind of tense, all those things. If you are panic, you will start shouting at others for nothing. End result will be zero. So always be calm while doing this kind of jobs. So we removed the bolt finally. Now we are about to open the filter casing. Yes, we removed the filter casing. As I said, we don't have any spare for this filter. So what we can do to get the filter cleaned? So there is nothing. It is very simple. Use clean diesel, fill the filter casing, nicely shake it, and then pour it down. So as I said, take a new diesel, clean diesel, fill it inside the filter casing, shake it, so that all the dirts which is accumulated inside the filter can come out along with the new diesel. So that is what I am going to do now. I will show you how it works. It is very simple, but a good thing to make things work. So I removed both the connections. So now first what I do is I completely drain the old oil. You can see the color of the diesel oil, it is very dirty, and that is the reason the generator got tripped, because of fuel oil low pressure. So what I do is I use new clean diesel oil and fill it inside the casing. Either you can fill both the casing separate, or you can fill it together also. It is up to you. So this is where I'm going to fill the diesel oil. Okay, so okay, now we are going to fill new clean diesel oil inside the casing. So we are filling the casing, fill it. Okay, so after filling it, close the valve with help of your hand. Just shake it and keep on draining the fuel oil until you get clear diesel oil out. So you do the same thing for both the filters, and you can box it up. So after doing that, just fit back the fitting in place, and fit the filter in the generator area, so which we are going to do now. So we are done with fitting up the filter in place. So next thing what we need to do is we have to purge the filters. So we need to open the fuel oil inlet line and then I need to purge it. You can see the bottom plug is already tightened, and next what we need to do is we have to open the top cover very slowly and ensure all the air is out of the system. That means fuel should come out freely without any air bubbles. You can see I'm just opening the filter very slowly. Yeah, all oil came out. Now I had tightened, there is no air inside the separator filter. So next, which one is the we need to purge the air from the main filter. So you can see this is the nut for doing the purging for main filter. So it is opened by allen key. So just open it very slowly, ensure all air bubbles are out, and ensure only free oil is coming out. You can see here only oil is coming out of the system without any air bubbles. So once that is done, close it, tighten it, and then we are ready to start the engine. So now we are going to start the engine. So now we put the generator in manual, then we put the system, both the system in manual, and we are going to start the generator. So okay, just check everything in place, and just will add some cooling water in the radiator also. Anyway, just add some cooling water in the radiator. Always before starting the emergency generator, check the cooling water level, check the lube oil level, check the fuel oil level in the tank, battery, all those things I had already told in my last video regarding the emergency generator checkups and all. So we are done with this. Next we are going to start the generator. Hopefully it starts. Okay, so everything is in line. Now all we need to do is we have to start the generator. Okay, so we start the generator, press. Okay, now the generator started. So all parameters in line, everything is okay. Now you can check, you can see here 440, 60, everything is in range. All I need to do is I need to take the generator in load. You can see the outside by the time I came down to the emergency generator room is around morning 4:30. By the time all these jobs are done, it is already 6 o'clock. So 1.5 hours we were there working on this generator. Now we can take load on this generator. So that's all. This is how you have to manage to start emergency generator when you don't have any fuel oil spares, anything. So now we are going to take the load. Yes, now the generator is in load. We had resumed the power. Okay, so after watching this video you must have got some idea about how to handle emergency situation, that too when emergency generator is out of order, and how to uh, resume back the power. If you have any doubt, please put in comment box. Definitely I will reply you. Thanks for watching. Thank you all.